Hi, welcome back. I was trying to figure out why I said yesterday I would probably be back in a couple of days. It seemed kind of soon to be doing another reading, but they had told me I was prepping dinner yesterday that they just wanted me to go into a little bit more detail. Um, so they wanted certain cards pulled. They wanted the Tower card pulled, the Death card, and when I had was going through and pulling them, you will see three tarot decks represented here. I do have many decks. Um, uh, then I was guided to go to this deck for this specific card, and sometimes one would be just in an odd spot, as you will see one card was, and I had to take it because of the way it was positioned. And so that's that. And you will hear me refer to things from my point of view. I am a feminine and I talk about my masculine, but it can be the other way around. I mean, you could be a masculine watching this, or you can identify with the masculine energy or the female energy. Like gender does not matter because this is general, and it doesn't have to be, it can be any relationship. Like it doesn't have to be a man and a woman. It can be same sex. Like it's universal. So I wanted to explain that. And I am also, just briefly, I am a psychic medium, and I also possess all of the clairs. My main clair is clairvoyance. I can sometimes get flashes of the future, and usually it's just a flash of my future, but I was guided to, or they had told me that, just because I have seen my future and things that can happen or will happen because I've seen it, they showed it to me. Some things in my journey or that I've seen are specific just for me, but some are general, and I will go into that when I go through the cards. Okay. So the first deck they had me go back into was the deck that I used yesterday, the Gilded Tarot. And when I did, the Hanging Man was upside down again, and then they had me go to the this is always a tongue twister for me, the Rider-Waite deck. The Hangman was also upside down. So this just confirms what I was saying yesterday, that they are coming out of this hanging man situation. Okay, that's that. So this first card this is the one odd card from this deck, and it is the Moon card. And this deck, this card can have several meanings depending on what kind of reading you're doing. And since I'm doing a love reading, then this is how it is interpreted, or this is how it's interpreted. Okay, so you see the crab here. Okay, many of the masculines have been stuck. They have felt like they've been drowning in their karmic situations, and they have been feeling stuck. Like I said, they've been feeling drowning, and they are not able to come out of it because it looks like that they are being held down. Okay, but this is all ending. This is all ending. And then they wanted me to pull the two Tower cards. Okay, from again the Gilded Tarot and from the Rider-Waite. And in this Tower card, what popped out at me, because every time I use my cards, a different image will pop out at me first. So when I pulled this one, the first thing that came out at me was, well, the man, because this is the masculine, or coming out of, like, this is his tower moment. And this is what caught my eye. This tower here is the karmic relationship, okay? And this is it imploding from the inside. Like, it's imploding. It's coming apart. You know, it's not so much that it's being orchestrated. Like I said, I saw this first and I got the image of imploding. And then when they had me pull this one, you can see that they needed help. Yes, the situation was not good in the other card. Like, it was already imploding. It was already falling apart, and they needed a push. They needed a push. This is the universe coming in saying, you know what? We see that it's already falling apart, and we are going to come in and give you that final little boost, that shove, that push that you need for all of this to come apart, for the karmic partners to come undone. So that is that. And then the death card came out. They wanted me to pull this again. I know this came out yesterday. Because of the tower moment, they are going to go through the death. And you can see on the bottom here, I'll lift it up a little closer. There's a person, okay? And it's not they are, obviously, I mean, this card really does not designate a literal death, but it is a death. It is a death of their relationship. It is a death of their stability that they had, or they thought they had with their karmic partner. And when death comes, when you go through the death, comes a rebirth. And you can see that there's a holy man here, and he is welcoming death, because this needs to happen. And it's divinely, like in the Tower card, when the lightning bolt came out, it is the universe, it is divine, it is God, whatever you prefer, whatever it is you call it. It's orchestrated. The union between the divine masculine, divine feminine is a holy one. It is a sacred. It comes from the divine. And you can see here that he is welcoming this death coming in, so that the new cycle can begin. And then the Four of Swords came up reversed. And because of this tower and this death, they are not able, because it is so hard. And from my personal experience going through the tower and the death, the purging is, for me, the purging was crying a lot. Like, it is a deep soul death, because it is, you have to mourn the death of what you are coming out of. Like, it is a on the floor, like in the shower, on the floor, crying, physically painful cry. And if you have ever gone through a family member's death, or somebody's, I mean, you know that kind of, that pain and that cry, and that is exactly what has to be done. All of this has to come up, and it has to be cleared, and you have to go with the crying, because you have to make all of this has to come up and it has to be let go, and in order to move on. And because of all this is going on or will go on, they are not able to get the rest they need physically, mentally, like all of this that is going on can cause them physical maladies, can make them sick. It could bring up depression. It could bring up mental illness, because it is so hard, so very hard. Okay, and then the Five of Wands came up reversed. So even though they are not able to get rest, and the Tower moment is so devastating, but because this is kind of like a progression. When they are better, and when this can be turned the right side, they will get the rest that they need. There will still be conflicts, but they won't be as difficult, because the karmic and your masculine they've gone through the toughest part. There will still be conflicts, there will still be arguments, but they won't be as intense as they were, because things, even the karmic partner will realize that this is not, that they can't keep them anymore, for lack of a better way. Like the karmic needs to go, needs to move on. And then the Seven of Swords came up in reverse, and they are coming out of, like, the deceit has been revealed, the lying, the sneakiness has been revealed. And I can say, because of my own situation and of other situations that I know of, and I'm generalizing, so keep that in mind. The karmics they are deceitful. They lie, they hide things, whether it's hiding money, which is a big one. They could be hiding, my cat's here, they could be hiding lovers, they could be hiding, whatever it is you can, whatever it is they want to hide, that would be, hiding information, deceitful. But this has all been uncovered, and the masculines know about all of this. And then the Eight of Cups came up. Okay, like I said, I am clairvoyant. I saw my masculine walking away, back turned and everything. So like I said yesterday, they are leaving. Okay, and this is just confirmation that they are walking away. And the Five of Cups came up in reverse. As you can see, they now are not looking at these three cups, that because these three cups represent the celebration, like their marriage, their commitment ceremony, their union, whatever it is, their commitment to each other. That's gone. That's all spilled over, and that doesn't exist anymore. They now see the Two of Cups with us, the divine feminine. Okay, and then these came up together. The Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands, they're both they're both very home oriented. You know, they're both very loyal, they're fierce, they're passionate, they're fiery. And when they come up together like this is you. This is your divine masculine, and this is your divine feminine. So this is a couple. This is a real 3D couple. And sorry, they just they just told me. And after, if when all of this is, when all the dust settles, they have to come out on the other side and start to possess the qualities, the strength of the masculine, and the strength of the Queen of Wands. They have to start to possess these qualities so that they can come together, so that king and queen can come together. And this is part of the work that has to be done. A lot of readers talk about, you have to do the work on your journey, and this is the Tower, is the work. You have to go through all those emotions and all that crying and if the despair, whatever feelings and emotions come up while you were in that Tower moment, all has to come out. That's all part of the work. And to do this, to come into union, you have to do all of this work, and it is not easy work. It is hard work, and it takes a long time. I've been working on this personally for myself for almost a year. It is hard, even though I said yesterday I asked for it. And I did. I asked I asked for that Tower moment to come in, and like I said, they bought it. So be careful. What you wish for, what you ask for. Yes, you wish to be with your love, and you want that, and they will bring that to you, but you have to go through the Tower. You've got to go through the disruption. You have to get out of your karmic relationships, and it's hard, even though you've seen it coming and it's coming. It is not easy. So again, this is part of the work. But when you come together, this is what you get. You get a king and a queen. And this came up yesterday, and it came up again today, the Six of Wands. So like I said, when you are not all done with your work, I do not believe that you have to be 100% healed and everything has to be done. It has to be majority, and whatever divine thinks, that you are healed enough and you've done enough to come into union, that's when they bring the victory in. So this just reiterates, confirmation again that this card came up yesterday, and victory will happen. And the Ten of Cups, you will get the victory, the masculine and the feminine, there you are, and, there's the family. Doesn't, it can represent, biological children. You could be a blended family. It doesn't matter, because it's a family. And this is something else, this is, once you do all the work, here comes the Ten of Cups. And here comes the Ace of Cups. And this is my absolute favorite card out of all the decks I have. I love this card. I think it's beautiful. I love the lovers in this one. I think it's just, I can feel the energy. I can feel the love from here in this card. I can't even put into words what the emotion that I feel from this card. It's just beautiful. And again, this comes when you've done the work. This comes. And of course the Sun, because the Death is so dark and the Tower is dark. Um, but in the one death card, where we go back and find it, you can see in the background the sun coming up. And after that, here it is. Here's the sun. There's no more dark. There's no more hurt. Everything is beautiful and blooming. Nothing is dead. Everything is just alive and vibrant and beautiful. Not perfect. We still, we're not we're here on earth. So no relationship, even with your divine partner, is going to be perfect. You will still have challenges and and arguments, because we are human. But it will be easier to deal with. I can't think of a better word, but it will be easier. The conflicts, really, there won't even, I don't know why I said conflicts, because I don't really see conflicts coming up, but there will be issues and stuff coming up that you will have to work through. But it will be so much easier than what has gone on. And the Knight of Cups, again, they are coming. They are leaving, and they are coming, and they are coming in fast, because feminines heal generally first and faster. And feminines, oh, my cat is going in the blinds. Sorry about that. And the feminines need to go first and heal first, so that we can hold space for the masculine to come in, and so that we can show them, not in the 3D necessarily, but in the 5D we can show them that we can show them the way, is what they told me. And then for some, your partner is somebody that you've known before. In my situation, we met when we were 17. We dated. It was very intense. It was a love like no other. We have discussed this about 18 months ago. He had actually said that it was not it was not like the other, like our friends' relationships. It was, we both at that time knew that the love we had for each other was different, but we were too young to stay together. It was just because the love is so intense, and so intense is just really the only word I can come up with, that it just would not work out. So separation, 30 years, come back together again, timing not right, separation, working the tower, and all this is, taking place. But it is, like I said, for a lot of the twins out there, it is somebody coming in from past. Doesn't necessarily have to be childhood. It is just, it's somebody that you've known. It doesn't matter how long the separation has been, but generally the separation is a long time, like I had said yesterday. And this was at the bottom. When I pulled this deck, this was on the bottom, and they wanted me to show that. And then when they do come, they are going to bring the world with them, because they want to give us the world. And that is what my masculine has said to me. That, they want to give us everything that there is possible, that they can that they can imagine, the world, everything, literally everything. They want to bring us everything. And that's wonderful. That is so it is so beautiful after coming out of karmic relationships to have somebody come and say, I give you the world. Here is everything. Here's the world. Here's my heart. Here's my soul. It is all yours. And of course, in return, we want to do the same. But, it's generally the masculines that will bring the masculine energy that says and brings the world to the feminine. Okay, that was a great card to end on. Like I said, they wanted me to go a little bit deeper into it. If you have any questions about Tower moments, and the reason why they really wanted me to bring up the Tower cards is because readers, and I'm certainly not bashing any of the other readers because I do have private clients, but not really anybody talks about Tower, the Tower moment, or moments, because it could be more than one. I'm sorry there. I'm listening. If you hear me pause, or I noticed yesterday I actually answered them out loud. I usually try to answer them in my head, but I realized on the video yesterday I had answered them out loud. There's, or at least I have not seen, and to the best of my knowledge, nobody has talked about, the readers mention going through a Tower moment, but I haven't seen anybody online say, I am going through the Tower moment now, or I am almost done with the Tower moment. And so they wanted me to bring that up because it's not, I haven't seen anything. And if you have any questions about it, they do want me to discuss what I have gone through, but what I discuss and how much I disclose is up to me, because it is very personal. I'm not in union yet. And trust me, when I am, the world will know, because I will be streaming it, and he will too. So if you have any questions, if I can answer them, I would be glad to answer them. Thank you for coming back. I hope this has been of some help to anyone, maybe to just clarify. But this is beautiful. I am so happy that they are coming out of the karmic relationships, because it is painful, and the best that my understanding is, the karmics, majority of them, I hate to say all of them because I don't know all of the situations, but the karmics are generally not nice people. They can be, narcissistic, controlling, liars, cheaters, and the divines are the complete opposite of that. But we don't know that when we get into the relationship with the karmics, because if we knew what it was like ahead of time, why would we spend 10, 15, 20, 30 years with that person? They don't show their true colors until later. Like I said, this is a whole journey. This is a whole learning process, learning how to be the king and queen of wands, learning to come and step into your power, learning to stand up for yourself, learning to speak your truth, all that good stuff. So thank you for tuning in again. I really appreciate it. And I will see you soon. Thank you.